Rob's going to turn 37 in December.
We don't care.
Dwight's up there. Trapper's up there.
Don't care. We make our own narrative.
Dwight Howard doing what he does best. Put home by Westbrook.
Westbrook's got his triple-double.
Triple-double. Triple-double.
Melo trying to tie it up. He's got it. That's why they got the veteran there.
I'm coming in with a championship with my mind. This is the one thing that I'm missing. If all of us would have came together early on in our career, we probably wouldn't have had the same understanding as we're going to have right now.
We now welcome in one of the best basketball players in NBA history, a 10-time All-Star, an Olympic gold medalist, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, by the way, a national champion at the University of Syracuse, and now an author, obviously a philanthropist as well, and the newest member of the Los Angeles Lakers, the one and only Carmelo Anthony. What's going on, Big Time? How are you, man?
I'm just working, baby. That's it. I like the introduction, though. I'll tell you that.
I feel you. I like those glasses, by the way, but we'll talk about that another time. Where tomorrows aren't promised. That is the title of your new memoir. Why this book? Why now?
I honestly think that the timing is right to be able to tell that part of the story. I think the people that kind of grew up with me, my fan base who grew up with me from the day that I got drafted up until now, they knew little bits and pieces of that story. But I think, for me to still be tapped into a couple generations, the generation that's in front of me and the generation that's behind me and a younger generation, I just think I need to tell this type of story of just what it took for me to be in this situation, from surviving to lack of hope and then turning that over to hope. But I just want to give people that raw authenticity, outlook, perspective on me and what I had to do to get to where I'm at today.
Now, your name is Carmelo Anthony. Everybody knows you as Melo. And if for those who do know you, you truly can be very, very mellow. Nothing's ever too high. Nothing's ever too low. You seem as even keel as most people are not. Is that who you truly are, or is that just a facade that you put forth to get you through some of the tough times that you're going to allude to in this memoir?
Yeah, well, it's not a facade. It is, that's who I am at my core. Right. I think my upbringing and what I had to deal with in different experiences that I had to, go through, it made me get to that point where I'm super mellowed out and just, relax and just, I would say at peace. It's a peace. That's a great feeling to have. Some people call it, too mellow, but I say stay mellow at the end of the day. So I had to get to this point. It took a lot of work, for me to get to this point where, like you said, I'm just at even keel.
When do you believe you got to that point where you were even keel, where you were mellow, where you just embraced life as what it is, not too high, not too low, and something that you would just pile your way through? When do you believe you got to that point?
I would say over the past couple years. And I had to really, experience being out the league and kind of just hitting, rock bottom, so to say, in personal life, professional life. And I had to experience that. So I had to crawl my way out of that. I had to dig my way out of that darkness. So seeing that and being a part of that and experiencing that, seeing the other side of that where I'm at now, I'm definitely at peace, knowing what I had to go through and what I experienced.
When you went through it, you talk about the 2018-2019 season, 10 games in, the Houston Rockets decide to let you go. You're talking about having questions as to whether or not you were ever going to be in this league again. Did you have questions at any point as to whether or not you belonged in the league? I didn't, but and a whole bunch of your contemporaries certainly didn't have those questions about you. But did you have those questions about yourself at that particular moment in time?
Nah, I never doubted that. I never thought about, should I be in this league, or do I still belong in this league? I had to really kind of do the knowledge on the business of the league and the business of basketball and sports and, people, and just kind of taking it into another perspective than I had before. Before, it was just playing basketball and, doing what I do and, being the face of, multiple organizations. You didn't really think too much about anything. So, but now I got a newfound perspective on just the way that the game is supposed to be played, the business of the game, and just what I want out of it. You know, I think I took back control of my own self and my own game and my own career to a point where I can have a different perspective now and a new outlook on things.
How helpful was some people along the way? And by that, I mean, I'm thinking about a guy like a Russell Westbrook that you played with in Oklahoma City, and people keep sleeping on the kind of businessman that he is and some of the big things he's doing off the basketball court as well. You've played with guys like him. Obviously, you've been friends with LeBron James, D. Wade, Chris Paul. You've been in Portland with a guy like Damian Lillard, who's been doing big things throughout his career. How helpful were those individuals in helping you reach that point?
Well, it was good, but I respect all of those guys for what they bring, you know, and not just on the court, but off the court as well, and what they're into, what they're creating. But for me, I had to carve out my own lane, and I've always felt like that. Even since I was younger, I had to carve my own lane and figure out who I was and what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it, and doing it my way. I think now, kind of just having that experience and, you know, being business minded now and seeing things from a different perspective, that's where I'm at, you know. So because I had to do it, because I had to put the work in and do the work and talk to people and you know, be comfortable with being uncomfortable and vulnerable, that's when I started to really discover who really and truly I am.
Let me transition to the basketball court, because now you are a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. You've been back in the league for a couple of years, clearly reminding everybody of what the hell you can do on the basketball court. So there's no question about that now. Now you've gone from wondering whether you was going to be in the league to being back into the league to getting to the postseason to now being on a championship squad with championship expectations. That's the one thing that's eluded you in your entire illustrious career, is a trip to the finals and obviously a championship. How are you feeling about being a member of the Los Angeles Lakers, even with everybody saying that y'all are the oldest team in the league, because y'all are?
Well, I mean, that's a fact. Ain't nobody saying nothing that's not a fact. We old as hell, Steve. You know that in basketball sense. But I just think that what we all bring to the table is a wisdom that a lot of people don't have. Like the way that we're going to be able to come together, hold each other accountable, have each other backs. You know, we have the most knowledge on this one team than the whole NBA have, I think. So if we can't put that together and make something work, then that's on us. That's not on nobody else. And that's something that, you know, that I'm looking forward to. We all talk about it. We all discussed it. We know what's at stake. We're going to have fun with this journey. We're going to enjoy this journey. We're going to embrace it. And I'm excited to do it, man, because before, if I was just to walk away from the game before, then I'd have been at peace with that. I'd have been cool with that, knowing that, you know, I tried to win a championship. It just don't work out for everybody. But now that perspective is totally different. Now I have to win. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So I know what that does. I know the pressure that put on us as a team, as an organization. But what other pressure did you want? What other pressure we want? We want to go out there. We want to target on our back. Is
that your way of saying this championship a bust for this Lakers team this year?
It gotta be. I mean, it have to be. Like there's no playing around with that.
Now you do know that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are in the same city, in the same arena for the Clippers, and on this side of town that you're very, very familiar with, Brooklyn, New York, there's KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. Some people will look at them and they say that's what's standing in your way from winning the chip. To that you say what?
Maybe it is. I mean, I can't take nothing away from what Brooklyn has built and what the Clippers has built, and what, you know, you can't take away what Milwaukee has done either. You know, so everybody's getting better. Nobody's saying it's going to be easy, but this might be one of the most exciting seasons of the NBA in a long time. A lot of the teams have gotten better. They added pieces to their core group of guys. But I'm speaking on us. I only can speak on what we got to do and what we're going to do. I can't speak on nobody else.
Carmelo Anthony, where tomorrows aren't promised. Bookstores now. Carmelo Anthony. Author Carmelo Anthony. Proud of you, my man. All the best. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Love, brother. I appreciate you.
All right.